What's up, world? Hold on. Before we continue on the lives, let me get the Spotify going. There we go. What's up, world? It's your boy Dez, aka Karmicdez 85. We got the IG over here. Got the Spotify going. Ooh, my bad. We got the Facebook over there with Hook.
What up?
And we are here to talk about it. Oh, I like that.
Keep going there, buddy.
So we got again Hook, aka Zevious. Y'all know where to find him at on all platforms, I believe it is.
AKA your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. AKA, no, it's fine. Oh, shit. You can just search up the hashtag the Retro Gaming Dojo, all one word, and you will find me on most social media platforms.
Yes, sir.
Including video service platforms as well.
What game you been on lately?
PalWorld.
PalWorld?
I'm playing a lot of PalWorld. We just had an update recently, so I'm fucking around with that.
You know, your team of assistants, human pals?
Yes. I have 2 in cage right now in my base. They're not slaves. It's not slavery. It's not slavery.
They're human pals.
They're just chilling at the base, bro. They're just chilling at the base. They're in a cage, but they're chilling. Don't worry. It's comfortable in there.
Is that all kind of amenities? I see.
Yes. Stone floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. All the amenities one needs.
Copper bars? Perfect.
No, steel bars and a force field.
I thought it was copper.
No, it's steel bars with an electric force field.
They're
perfectly safe.
The electric's a little much, man.
They're safe. It protects them from the outside.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're doing like Drake.
It keeps things out.
Like Aubrey.
It's a concerted effort to keep them safe. I saved them from the island because there's wild creatures that could kill them. So I saved their lives, essentially.
This is true. Other pals out there.
Exactly. There's these dangerous creatures called pals, and they could attack these humans who I saved.
I still haven't played that game yet. There's a lot of games I haven't played yet. And I still have videos I gotta edit.
Hey, bro.
And put on the YouTube.
That reminds me, I got some more songs.
You're lucky yours just stream straight through. I gotta get my setup though.
Yeah, once you get it, that makes it a little easier. I mean, you still might want to do some video editing because there's definitely some stuff I would like to
do, like little pop-ups and subscribe nows and shit.
Oh, that takes a lot.
No, I've been using YouTube Create. It's got all that built in, so I just put all the stickers and shit in there. Oh man, immensely. It's got audio cleanup, all that shit.
I use Streamlabs for all my alerts and shit.
I try to use Streamlabs off the tablet, but it's
oh no, I don't use
it's
that.
funky.
So like you go on the website, you can customize your alerts and stuff, and they'll play through OBS.
Oh, so I'll go through Streamlabs through the website.
Yeah. So like you'll have OBS running, and then what you'll do is you'll make it's called a browser source. You'll do a custom source, and you'll have it as a browser.
That's probably why I wasn't picking up my video capture card, huh?
Nah.
Because when I'm running through the app, it wasn't picking it up.
Yeah, it might not work through the app because I think the app is just like straight through your phone. Like if you have a laptop, it probably will work. You probably have to plug that up in the computer.
That's what I was thinking.
But like you would do a browser source, and it would be a link to the website. You'll get a link from them, and then all your alerts that you set up on the website will go through that link. So if something happens, like a subscription or a like, or someone raids or donates, you can assign.
Oh, that comes through there too.
You can assign all the alerts. So like, I've got custom gifts. I got custom music. I need to update a lot of that stuff because it's been a while. But I got tried and true stuff on there.
Shit. Also, me that get in touch with Santin. Let him know to get some more exposure on the music. Send me some stuff too, and I
just shared a thing on my page. Just a new beat. He sent me a link for it. Yeah. Finally, he uploaded something to his YouTube because he be sending me shit and he doesn't upload it.
Hey.
You got some money in the chat? What's up?
Yeah, on the IG right over here.
That's what's up. But yeah, he sent me something. He actually uploaded it to his YouTube. I was like, thank you, bro.
Right.
So I went and shared it. Because usually he'll just send me a beat. And it's like something he's working on to put on like an album or something.
Oh, he actually made a track?
He's damn working, bro.
I'm talking about like vocals.
No, just instrumental.
Okay.
I was surprised though when I read the description, and I guess he got his cousin to lay down some strings. I was like, damn, you got Astro to work on something? Wow.
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised. I know for
you told me Astro
he's doing his own thing, so
yeah.
I was surprised to see that. So either he hit him up or he just had some old shit laying around. But this is a new beat, so he probably hit him up and like, hey, lay some strings out for me.
But Astro like to play to the beat, to the moment.
Well,
he don't like to have.
I know he's not really big into like playing stuff for like hip hop because he's like a rock guy, like for real. And like he'll do some alt rock stuff. I know he fucks with a little bit of lo-fi, but I don't know if he's not really big into like rap tracks. So and then he likes to like play shit. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to just lay down a couple notes and then that's it.
So then
no, I don't see any comments.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I shared it on the page. I do want to make a quick announcement though. I've got some personal issues going on, so I'm going to have to step away for a while, probably a few months, maybe longer. So this is probably the last show I'll do for a good long time. So I'll just put that out there.
We're gonna talk after the episode.
Yeah, I'll let you know what's going on. I ain't gonna say it publicly right now, but
yeah, shit. If I hadn't ran into your mom, I wouldn't know nothing.
yeah.
So, but yeah, you got any current events though?
Just like media stuff.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. Kendrick's Not Like Us is possibly going to get nominated for a Grammy. That is crazy to think.
I saw a fucking video this morning. There was this weather broadcaster who made a whole song about his weather broadcast to the Not Like Us.
He was throwing something in there.
How is it not going to get a Grammy? That shit's everywhere, man.
He did that. I think I know who you're talking about. If it's the white dude I'm thinking of, he does that all the time with just different rap songs. He'll throw little bars in there with the weather report. It's dope.
It was nice.
Like people hit him up on his socials. Hey, do this song, and then he'll like throw some of the bars into the thing.
Right.
I seen the first one I ever saw was when he did Trial Called Quest. He was doing like "Can I Kick It" and shit. That was dope as fuck. But he always does little shit. It's funny. I saw that's how I was dying.
He definitely hangs with black people. He
was like, when he did the wop wop wop, I was like, no. I don't know how you got away with this on TV, but this is great. This is great.
Man, when he said we ain't gonna let you disrespect Compton, I was like, bro, you're the weatherman. It's that deep out there?
Yes, it is. But the thing I saw, when I was hearing an interview, I was listening to a podcast, and they played a clip of the fucking president of the Grammy nomination committee, the guy.
Who the fuck is that?
I forgot his name, and he was getting interviewed by TMZ, and the reporter's like, "How the hell is this happening? This is a fucking diss track." And he was very, very great PR speak. We just respect art, man. Great art. And just because it's a diss track doesn't disqualify it. It's something like that shouldn't, just disqualify it from being considered for a Grammy. It was all this great PR speaking. I was like, and it's like, and for us to be in this realm, in this genre,
fuck around and get a Pulitzer for Not Like Us.
I just think it's funny because the video I was watching, he kept saying the Drake line, "Oh look, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone give him a Grammy." And it's like, I came to bite you in the ass, didn't I? That's crazy, huh? Sometimes you just gotta know when to shut the fuck up.
Hey, man, God,
that
J. Cole did.
Yep. Every time
he gets a stray every now and again, but nothing substantial.
Every time I see somebody mention J. Cole on fucking social media, they're like, "Man, J. Cole probably just sitting there in an open field, looking at the fucking.
It's he's on vacation.
Beautiful sky.
Yeah.
Enjoying riding his bike, listening to birds chirping. Gets
back, calls Drake. I told you. What you mean? I roasted him.
Okay.
I'll let you, bro. You got it.
So that's been interesting.
I seen somebody post. It was on Facebook. They was like, because you know Rick Ross went to Canada.
Oh yeah, he got some biker slapping.
They was like, what if Chris Brown went to Canada?
He also probably would have got slapped too. That dude was gonna go off, crash out on anybody.
Hey,
there was a Hell's Angel, man. I don't know what his issue was.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
How they find out all this information already? Well, I mean, not already, but damn, they had this whole dude's life. But yeah, it was Dude was biker. He probably lucky to make it out there with his life, then, huh?
I don't know how many guys he had with him. From the video I saw, it was just the one guy. And maybe a few others got into a scuffle. I didn't really, it wasn't good quality, and he wouldn't, the thing I was watching wouldn't show the whole fucking clip.
Right.
Ross just laughed about it afterwards, after he left Vancouver. He was like, it's been fun, Vancouver. He had a video of him laughing about it and shit. So
50 Cent had a video of him laughing about it too.
Oh yeah, 50 was trolling.
50 going to 50.
He was just trolling Ross. Drake was trolling Ross, but at the end of the day, like, Ross is still rich, so who gives a fuck?
Go on the plane and had some weed stuff.
There you go. Bro.
You know what? When we get in that town, that's where the weed stuff.
You know what I'm saying? That's like just a regular fucking thing. What else has been going on that I've seen?
I didn't have no time to look at no current events. I ain't gonna lie, we did these 3 episodes in a row.
Shannon Sharp interviewed Meg Thee Stallion.
I peeped that. I peeped that headline.
Apparently, he apologized for something he said in the past.
I don't remember what he said to have apologized.
I mean, that's cool. Sounds like the interview was pretty good. Went well. Shannon's been doing some great PR for himself recently. Kind of making himself look good. I wonder why. I told
my brother when the
So is there somebody's contract coming up by ESPN? Nah, that wouldn't have anything to do with it.
I seen it I seen it coming a mile away when he first got on with Stephen A. I looked at my brother dead ass in the face. I
cleaning up his whole image.
I said Shannon Sharp is gonna position himself to be in Stephen A's spot. Watch. But it's like, what you talking about? He working with Stephen A.
Okay. You're right, he is.
Robespierre was working with Napoleon too.
He absolutely is going to be working with Stephen A. In fact, he's not going to be the man who puts the knife in Stephen A's back.
No, Robespierre wouldn't know the man to do it.
But guess what? He sure is going to be the man that's going to be there to pick up that fucking... Oh, damn. Your shield and your sword are just left here on the ground. Someone needs to use this.
Let me touch on that for a second. So I keep saying Robespierre. For y'all that don't know about Napoleon, his right-hand man was Robespierre. So Napoleon, for all y'all that didn't know anything about Napoleon, he was a tyrant. And if he summoned you to court, you came to court whether you liked it or not. And you did what the fuck he said in court, whether you liked it or not, because he's just that dude. And Robespierre was his right-hand man. So Robespierre would, be like, hey, ain't you a little tough on the guy? He's like, nah, fuck that type shit. He's that type of guy. So,
all right, bro, you the boss.
Right. In court, Robespierre would allow all that shit to happen, and he peeped the people who were discontent. And behind Napoleon's back, he'd go make amends with the people who were discontent and make deals with them. So eventually, it got to the point where Robespierre had all the support. And Napoleon didn't realize it. Robespierre didn't even fucking, make a move on him. He just played on Napoleon's need to conquer things. Sent him out of town, and in the process of being sent out of town, let's say the government made Robespierre the guy. So while he was out of town, he got a letter that said, "Hey, I don't know what happened, but the people, they turned on you." They said you can't come back, and I'm forced to excommunicate you. And if you come back, we will kill you. Like dirty ass shit, right? Played the game. That's what I mean by Shannon Sharp is like Robespierre. Yeah. I'm grateful he's grateful for the opportunity.
Yep.
He's positioned himself to be
pick up that ball.
That guy, and we've seen recently what he do. Stephen A got into it with Monica McNutt on the first take.
Shannon did as well.
Shannon did too. Shannon brought Monica McNutt
brought her on
that same night.
Brought her on the show.
Made
a miss.
Let her espouse her viewpoint.
They had a whole little hour show of him, her, and motherfucking Ocho Cinco. That shit is crazy.
Stephen A could never. I won't say could never, but he has never. It's never even crossed his mind.
His ego wouldn't allow it.
On his show? On his personal show? Nah, you right.
So he's been doing that, and now that, I mentioned Meg, we'll talk about her as well. Apparently there's been a little bit of controversy amongst the anime watching community about her recent single that she just released. Let me get the name real quick.
Ever since she expressed that she's in the anime, they got beef with her.
So let's see, Meg.
Who's beefing with her? The Blurs or the?
No, not the Birds. The song is called Otaku Hot Girl.
Who?
Otaku Hot Girl. That's not the song that I have an issue with. It's another one, I believe. This whole album is going to be Japan themed, though.
Okay.
She has a song with a Japanese guy. I think this is a song, Mamushi. And apparently some of her pronunciation of certain words are...
she's saying the wrong shit.
Are not quote-unquote accurate. And these non-Japanese people are complaining about it. Which is hilarious because, hey, there's a Japanese guy on the song. And if he didn't have an issue with her pronunciation, why do you think you can? Who aren't Japanese? Probably white people. Mostly probably white men. Most likely. I didn't really look on who was complaining or what, but there's been a little controversy with that amongst that community. It's just hilarious.
That was because I'm in a few of the Blurred groups. I see nothing.
I'm not seeing it in the Blurred community, so I know it's coming from elsewhere. So I'll just keep it at that. I'm not gonna say exactly who.
Maybe I should hop in some Japanese communities and see what they're saying. Or try to at least.
So that's been going on. And now I think I'm gonna go ahead and get to Taraji and her recent very vocal self on the BET Awards.
That's great. That'll be a nice little segue.
Yes.
Use it as a segue.
She was hosting on BET Awards.
Did you say that properly? Did she was host on the BET?
Yeah, she was hosting the BET Awards. The recent BET Awards. She was hosting.
I know how, I'm fucking with you in the English language.
So anyway, she spoke about some social issues. She did a parody of Not Like Us, where she was talking about essentially equal pay in Hollywood.
Maybe touch on that.
And the big thing that I had mentioned in the group chat was her talking about Project 2025, which is going to be the main topic of our...
Yeah, I just heard that video this morning.
Of our show tonight. So Project 2025, from the bits and pieces that I skimmed, seems to be a conservative
manifesto. You can say
manifesto, yeah.
It's conservative manifesto.
It's a collection of policies. It's actually based from a book called. mandate that. I believe it was manifesting of leadership, something like that. No, mandate of leadership.
Yeah.
That's what the book is called. And this is something that is a collection of policies and agendas that this conservative group, headed up by the Heritage Foundation, wants to put forward for the next presidential candidate, which they're hoping is going to be Trump.
Where that's written, that says it is going to be Trump.
Yeah.
It doesn't say in the event.
So
it says when.
Yes.
The conservative presidential nominee comes into office.
Dead fucking sure he's going to win this election.
In 2025.
And so it's some pretty rough stuff in there, man. Just from a little bit I skimmed.
Well, let's take it slowly. What was the first part that you recall?
The first thing that stood out to me immediately was essentially the abortion ban. Now, it's not necessarily a ban on abortion, which is the way they word it is interesting. They're saying they're not banning abortions, but they are banning abortion medication. That is specific.
The aftercare. I remember, yeah.
Yes,
the aftercare.
That they plan on banning. And then also a ban on emergency contraceptives, which would be that. And then later on in their wording, there was a list of terms that they wanted to have expunged from any laws or federal documents. And one of those words included in that was abortions. So a heavy against abortion stance from this manifesto.
Also diversity, equity, and inclusion as a grouping of words.
Yes, that was also included in there. Gender equality, fucking inclusion, a bunch of stuff that would apply to the LGBTQ community. Mm-hmm. Women, it was really crazy. Stuff that they want taken out of the law books and out of any federal documents. So essentially, you could not use those words to talk about those things, which essentially would mean you couldn't talk about those things.
In reference to those points, the video I was watching this morning, he referenced, it was Jason Whitlock, and he played a clip of, there's a chick from, I guess, MSNBC, black lady, the low-cut hair. Okay. And what she was expressing was that they're trying to take us back to before the 20th century. And I could see her, when you put it like that, I can see her viewpoint, because those are rights that that group has fought for. Yes. Right? Continue. Yeah. Before I ask
there was that. I saw another thing where the second big thing that I saw was the abolishment of several federal agencies. What's good, y'all?
Who is it?
Fuck, I don't know these people, bro. See, Kendrick Harris. I am Brian Jennings. What's good with everybody?
What's up? We talking about that Project 2025 right now.
Please look it up. Google that shit. Project 2025. Please get yourself informed. It is some nasty sounding shit.
Conservative manifesto. They're trying to put it out there as, well, it's been attacked as Christian nationalist.
Yes, that's what people are labeling them as. They're saying they're not. They're pushing their platform as they're saying essentially they're trying to save our government and the democracy of America.
And it's by doing so, in doing so, consolidating power.
Yes.
To the executive branch, which would be
the president,
the presidential office.
Like I was saying, there was going to be an abolishment of many federal agencies that they mentioned. The FBI was one that was mentioned, the Department of Education, the Federal Reserve, many others.
So FBI, Federal Reserve, not going nowhere.
Yeah. Essentially to consolidate the powers under the executive branch, so to streamline decision making. That's the idea.
Which sounds logical.
Yes, sounds very logical.
Too many chinks in it. Like, imagine if each part of your body had to make a decision on when to pick up a drink.
Yeah.
Like, no, like that's why your body shuts out all the intermediary chains and links in the command. It's just like, you want a drink, boom, you grab a drink. You don't have to go through Congress to grab a drink.
The problem is that you need checks and balances like that.
So motherfuckers, well, go ahead.
Because essentially, if you were to give someone in the executive position that kind of power, and they didn't have to answer to anyone, who's to say they'll just say, well, I'm just going to get rid of the House and Congress and the Supreme Court. Fuck it.
Right?
I got to consolidate all of this stuff.
So that's the danger there.
And we already saw what Trump did when he was in office before with all the executive orders he wrote. Granted, executive orders, presidents can write them, essentially just passing laws.
Yeah.
Of course.
They got to go through the House and the Senate and all.
Yeah, but,
He has final veto power at the end of the day, but they usually prolong the process so long.
Essentially, they can, if they just really want something to go through, fuck what y'all talking about. I'm going to make this as an executive order. And.
Well, it depends what it is.
We're going to get it done. Most presidents don't do that because it's kind of an abuse of power.
Yeah.
Trump wrote, I think it was like over 100 in the first 3 months he was in office. Now,
he started doing.
I will say some stuff was a good idea. There was some stuff I remember hearing about. I was like, okay,
his cabinet started dipping on.
Yeah. But you can't just give someone the ability to do that.
No.
Carte blanche, no. Because then they'll do any fucking thing.
Right. What's the saying? Power doesn't corrupt, but the power, absolute power doesn't corrupt, but power absolutely corrupts.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's just the fact.
Yeah.
You give someone carte blanche ability to make decisions over everybody, yeah. That's going to go to their head.
Now, they try to draw you in the beginning by saying that they want to reestablish the family. They want to reestablish the community. They want to.
They literally had a line that said.
But to get rid of, I want to say get rid of the matriarchy, but I feel like it did say get rid of the matriarchy.
I didn't see that, but I saw a thing in there, and it was like, we want to give self-governance back to American citizens.
I saw it. Yeah, definitely.
And I'm like, that makes no sense because.
But if you get rid of a lot of those agencies and you consolidate them, it does open free reign to.
In theory.
Yeah, in theory.
In theory, yes. That's if the executive branch is hands off. Says, hey, we're going to let you guys do your thing. Come on, bro.
But you know the image I get when I read that?
That's not going to happen.
I get the image of Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, not like Robin Hood, but I get the image of that's what it would be like. Like, okay, I want to raise taxes. Who's not paying taxes? Put them in jail.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Now,
but then again, now it'd be more recklessness because there'll be a cutback in agencies.
Now,
that'd be police.
In that system, there was self-governance because you had the king, and then you had lords of different fiefs, and the lords would have to pay a tariff to the king.
Right. And he would tax everybody in his fiefdom.
To meet that tariff. And
because why would he use his own money?
Yeah.
And typically they
and then of course, you'd have to supply troops and stuff for armies and stuff like that. But it was essentially self-governance.
Yeah, same.
Your fief,
same system.
You only had a set of guidelines you really had to adhere to when it came to the king. You did whatever the fuck you wanted in the realm that you controlled.
Right.
Essentially, in theory, that this could be something similar to that.
Sheriff Rottingham. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Every district would have a Sheriff Rottingham.
Well, we already have something like that. We have governors and senators.
Yeah.
So.
But it'd be scaled back. More like
it would probably just be senators controlling their states.
A lot like the Roman Empire, which never died. Welcome to the episode.
What up?
We're talking about that Project 2025.
Please Google that and look into it. Please do so. So
that was cool. I did like the way they would implement removing people from the administration by getting rid of that DEI requisite. But the way they plan to implement putting people back in is where it gets me.
Yeah, because it's like we want people that are essentially on our side.
Yes, ma'am.
Instead of the best person for the job.
Right?
Is my problem with that.
The way I liberated was the best person for the job in our thought process.
Okay.
And our thinking.
Yeah.
So the best conservative person.
Yes.
For this job.
Essentially is what they're saying. And I mean, you go on their website for this book, it literally says they are trying to raise an army, those words, of conservative-minded, officials and politicians and all this other stuff in these kind of government positions. So, yeah, man.
So then I can see why people say Trump's trying to take away all your rights.
It sounds like a coup.
That's what I was reading. I was like, this is literally written. Is this a written coup? Is that what it is? Did they just tell everybody the roadmap to how they're going to take this? This is the most formal coup I've ever seen in my life.
And I mean, the guy that's the president of the Heritage Foundation, he goes on an interview at some kind of podcast that's run by a former Trump aide or something. And essentially, he mentioned how we're on the cusp of a new American Revolution.
Yeah.
And he was saying that it could be a bloodless revolution if the left essentially gets out of the way. Which is crazy. To threaten, without threatening, but threaten political violence if they don't get what they want.
Right.
And get who they want in office, and people go along with this plan. Now, the article I read on BBC mentioned that a lot of this stuff would probably get changed because of legality situations.
Don't forget to post the article in the fucking the group since you brought it up.
Oh yes, the BBC article. That's a good idea. Go bring that up.
Make sure you get the sources.
What were your thoughts though about some of the stuff there?
I didn't get to read. I got to read like the bullet points, but I didn't get to read too much in detail of them, of all the bullet points. I didn't get to the part where the exclusion of terminology and government documentation. I didn't get to that part to really take that in.
Crazy.
I was really focused more on the implementation of new administration and the consolidation of power into the executive branch. Those are the things that really concern me. And I was like, oh, before I go any further, that's why I was like, I'll let you. Gotta break this shit down. And I found out it's 920 pages. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, because I mean, it's legit like an entire book that they were selling on their website that essentially they want to arm their conservative constituency with, like, hey, this is our manifesto. We want you to be prepared when we get into office. We're gonna need people who can carry out this plan, essentially.
And you know what's crazy about that? There's a divide in the Democrat Party right now.
It's unfortunate, but
because you've seen the debate.
I didn't watch the debate.
So Biden doesn't look up for the task for the next 4 years.
No, he doesn't. I didn't think he looked up to the task when he was running, but we sure put him in office.
Right?
And unfortunately, his vice president seems to be completely fucking non-existent. I never see or hear about her, which is crazy.
I keep forgetting about her until they bring her new. I'm like, damn, she is the vice president.
Like, why isn't she doing more speaking?
Because Mike Pence, every time he got the chance to jump out, y'all are misunderstanding Trump. He's trying to help you. He's a really good guy.
What that tells me, and it's unfortunate, she was just put there to help with the election.
Yeah.
That's it. Look, I got this black woman here.
And we fell for it.
I mean, I didn't fall for it. I knew it was bullshit. And I told people it was bullshit. But hey, we wanted to put this idiot in office.
I got to thinking earlier because my mom drills into my head every 4 years. We need to vote. We need to vote because the shit's gonna hit the fan. Shit's gonna hit the fan. Shit's gonna hit the fan. I'm like most Americans, sick and tired of being scared into shit.
Exactly, man. I wasn't trying to get an argument with my dad, but I was basically telling him, I'm like, the voting process is a sham. It's bullshit. I know you support it, and that's cool. You were in the military, I get it. Rights and all that, but I believe in putting the best person for the job in office. And if people aren't trying to vote for the best person for the job, which is not any of the Republican or Democratic candidates, like, why don't people vote in an independent? Well, they're not going to get elected. Well, if everybody thinks like you, then yes, they won't. And this is the point I try to make.
Every 4 years, it's the same three arguments.
Same shit.
Border, foreign policy, economy. And they sprinkle in black people. Every 4 years. I'm just like, yeah, no. And everybody trying, you need to vote. You need to get out and vote. I did that last 4 years.
And the thing that pisses me off
I did that 4 years ago. I did that 8 years ago.
The thing that pisses me off the most is when I have these conversations with people, and then we'll start talking about the president, and then I'll switch the conversation to, hey, what about our local fucking elected officials?
Oh, they don't get nothing done.
Are you... Well, my dad will look into that kind of stuff. I've had those kind of conversations with him before. My aunt, I know she definitely does, because she lives in New Orleans. It's a commonwealth. They pay attention to all that shit. Mayors, sheriffs, all that stuff. Judges. I've heard her constantly talking about that shit. So I know if I had a conversation with her about it, then she'd get where I come from. I'm like, you gotta vote local. From the bottom of the fucking political fucking process in your state all the way to the top, to your senator. Because those are going to be people who affect these laws on the national level. If you're not talking to me about that when we're talking about voting and shit, and you're only ever talking about the fucking president, I don't want to have a conversation with you.
That's what I'm kind of upset. I sat there and I actually looked at candidates this time around, and the day came and I missed it. I was like, fuck, I can't say shit about what's going on because I missed the date to vote. Yeah. But I know what I'm going to do next time. Mark that shit on my fucking calendar. Yeah. Keep track of everything again and make a decision.
See, like somebody like you go to like town hall meetings and shit. I don't know anybody who does that.
I pull them up. I pull them up the video. I watch the video.
Yeah. You do that. Like my boy Jesse, he was trying to get that legislation passed out in Austin for the marijuana bill. He was constantly posting shit about that at the time. There was all that voting going on. And he's involved in that process. So, like, there's a few people I know who are involved in local politics trying to get actual changes done where we live at. And again, when you do stuff like that, that starts to move up to your fucking governor and your senator, who then affect stuff on a national level.
Right.
It's just kind of like, hey man, president doesn't actually pass any laws. He don't really run shit. He might put people in place, but he only can do that so much to help him pass laws. But it is mostly, your senators passing laws,
right,
and your judges. So,
to go back to the Project 2025 though. I do like the fact that they put to rebuild the family in there.
I mean, yeah, but I don't like the wording in a lot of the document because I just feel like there's just a lot of really cleverly worded stuff. Whereas like you'll see something like, oh, I agree with that, and then you might read something later on that's like, hold on,
why are they doing this?
It seems kind of contradictory to what you're saying, to your message you're trying to put out.
Right. Well, to that point, what dawned on me, what I think is...
Wait, real quick. The first thing I spotted, and I haven't read the whole book, so I don't know everything that's in there. But just from the stuff I saw on their, from the article I read on BBC and on their fucking front homepage, the fact that you're saying we're not banning abortion, but we're banning abortion medication, emergency contraceptives, and are banning the term abortion from any laws or federal documents. Well, that sounds like you're banning abortions.
Yeah.
And you're also banning gender equality and DEI and all this kind of other stuff. And it's like, that's all very sexist shit. So we're banning abortions and we're taking away women's rights. You're going against what you're saying here earlier. So I know the wording is done in a way to like.
But I think that's what I said I'm getting at. I think with the philosophy behind that, like you said, it's all theory. It's all political theory at this point. This is what, the manifesto, the ideal. So I think behind that, I think they're basing all that off the family. Because if your family is strong, then a lot of that shit you don't worry about.
Yeah, but still.
Ideally. But practically is a different story.
Exactly. Practically, like, yes,
shit
that's
pops
a thing,
up practically.
but things happen.
Yeah, shit pops up practically.
Crimes happen.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, accidents, but of course, like you said, the whole family structure. But that's not going to stop people from having sex out of wedlock, or maybe they're not prepared to have kids yet, or maybe the woman gets pregnant, but she's at risk for pregnancy. She might need to get that fucking abortion.
Well, and in that case, that's what I'm part of what I'm getting at. So you ever heard the phrase syntax?
Used in what way? I've heard of it
so
used
like
in a different way than
so
what
like
you're probably saying.
So people, some people will say that drinking is a sin in the Bible.
Yes.
In America, it was kind of based, took that and ran with it, and it was like, okay, you guys want to drink? Here's the tax.
Right.
So the states have states have that liquor tax, which is essentially a sin tax. Same thing with tobacco. You want to smoke? You want to kill yourself? We told you it's going to give you cancer. Since you want to do it, and you were subjecting everybody else to the smoke, here's a tax on it.
Right.
Sin tax. So it's kind of like, in this case would be with the abortion, would be like, okay, we know this could happen, but we're going to provide ways for you for it not to happen. So if in case it does happen, we're not going to support that in any way.
Right.
So it's not necessarily a sin tax per se, like financially, as opposed to just we're not going to support you in any way, shape, or form if that's the route you want to choose. We're not going to stop you from doing it, but just know you're not going to have any fucking support. Now, I'm not advocating yes or no on that. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying
it's wrong.
I track the thinking,
I'm saying it's wrong. Because that's infringing on people's personal rights. You have no right to do that. None. If we're saying that there's supposed to be self-governance, right? Is another thing they mentioned.
Right.
So if we're giving the power of self-governance back to the American citizen, then you shouldn't give a fuck if someone gets an abortion. That's their choice.
Yeah.
It's self-governance.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of fancy wording, but then you say something that contradicts something you said earlier in the document. And that's my problem with it. So you say one thing, we're going to do this, and this is what we support. Values. They're leading with that. But then it's like, when you read the actual plans that they have, and I think a big problem with that too, is that you can lead with this is the message, right? But when you go start reading the documents, and again, haven't read the whole book, only read a little bit of the stuff there, there's a ton of authors. It's a 900-page fucking book.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like
30 off rip or some shit like that.
30 or 60 authors, different people writing in here.
Actual credit.
And so these are different people that they are considered conservative, right? And all their ideas are going into this book. So people have different ideas of how they want to be conservative. And they're just consolidating all this together.
Right.
And it's just like, I think that's where you get those kind of contradictions. Because, hey, this is what we want to lead with. And, oh, yeah, that sounds like it fits in our message. That sounds like it fits in our message.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they think it's a contradiction.
I'm sure they don't.
I think they believe it's all, and I can see the train of thought. I can see how they believe that at the core of all this would be, again, the family. That they envision in their mind, a conservative family.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, go back to how is the conservative family portrayed? If you think about the 1950s family, is always portrayed in TV like the very conservative family. But they don't know anything about fucking LGBTQ.
Right. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure that is the idea. But yeah, like you said earlier, the practicality of it is just ridiculous. Like, no, we can't do that. Like, what? We cannot do that.
That's like taking my idea of what is the ideal and taking it too far. Yeah. Because like you said, it leaves no room for, like, it leaves no room for you to fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
And what's crazy is, like, you know, you were mentioning the conservative family and everything like that. So essentially, wife, husband supports the family. Wife stays at home. However many kids they might have, or whatever. But then you see something talking about tax cuts. Mm. And, hey, we've had a lot of tax cuts in these last 2 administrations. And they've only been to the ultra wealthy, corporations, large businesses. Trickle-down economics does not fucking work. It don't. I don't know why people believe this shit when elected officials mention this stuff. This hasn't worked since the Reagan administration. Fuck Reaganomics. The shit has never fucking worked.
Well, in the world of currency, it doesn't work. There's the idea of the Pareto effect. You heard of that?
No.
Well, the Pareto effect is that any distribution over time will spread to basically like a pyramid.
Yeah.
Where a lot will be accumulated at the top,
mm-hmm.
and very little will be accumulated at the bottom. And in the middle will widen.
Yeah.
And that's in everything. It could be apples.
Right.
So it's just an effect of life, and which also bad. Fuck, I'd be thinking. So you know the idea of entropy, right? That as a system over time becomes more disordered.
Yeah.
America.
Yep.
The more and more they try, and especially the more and more you try to order that system, you speed up that entropic process, causing more disorder.
Right. And I mean, again, logically, I understand some of the ideas in the plan that I saw mentioned, like the consolidation of power thing.
Right.
There's a reason why we have all these systems and checks and balances and stuff.
Again, ideally.
And ideally, those things should work like they should. They don't. Ideally, if you consolidate power, it should work. But again, you know, hey,
it takes a very special person to be able to handle it.
Exactly. And that's my issue with this idea is like, okay, so we give this person all this authority. So you guys are going to stay hands off then, right? After you put them in the office and he follows through with your plan, there's going to be no influence from you at all, no whispering in his ear. You're not going to expect anything else, right? That's what you're telling me. Because we've consolidated all this power into this one entity. So to get rid of corruption, and that's the idea. Because there's just too much corruption and things not getting done in these other organizations within our government. That's the idea, to get rid of them. And so we have the executive branch running essentially their jobs and distributing those plans out.
Right.
Either to himself or people he puts in place that fit the conservative agenda that they're putting forth.
And that's the critical part. That, like I said, that's the, like.
So there's not going to be any corruption from them at all. They're just going to all be just perfectly pure people.
They just said we're going to wipe out the liberals, whether they like it or not. They either give it the program and get the fuck out the way.
I just don't get that. So we're just going to completely trust human nature. You guys are going to be taking any kickbacks from corporations?
Right.
At all? No money? No under the table? No greasing of the palms? None of that going on?
And then, if anybody on the conservative party has a problem with it, we're just going to usurp power and give it to the president. Sorry. We're going to give it to the executive branch.
Yes.
There's only one office in the executive branch. So be it. Make a decision.
And the crazy part to me is that the government is also trying to delay this fucking prosecution for Trump so he can run for president. That just boggles my fucking mind. So we know that this is going on. This plan has been put forth. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a coup to me. This guy is supposed to be getting tried. He's already been tried.
Well, it sounds like a coup right now.
Yes.
But when it's supposed to take effect, it wouldn't be a coup.
No, it wouldn't.
Unless, like it says, unless the conservative president ain't down with this shit, then we just replace him with another conservative representative who is down with this shit.
And I mean, there is the chance that Trump is just trying to get the voters. And when he gets in office, he just says, I don't think you guys are smart at all. I'm not doing your plan. Fuck you. There's a chance he'll do that. I mean, he did it to the Republican Party before.
He seems like that type of character.
He got in the office and it was like, well, I don't care about their ideas. They're stupid.
He talked shit about a man's wife. And
in his eyes.
The man still voted for him.
So he just started doing all kinds of shit. To the point of, by the time he was getting out of office, there was a very heavy fucking Republican opposition against him. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, and that's another thing I was just reading earlier on the socials. And I'm guessing this is why he's getting this backing from the Heritage Foundation, is they don't consider themselves Republicans. They consider themselves a conservative party.
Right.
So some of their thoughts align with the Republican Party, but they're not necessarily, in their eyes, backing a Republican candidate.
Right.
They're backing a conservative candidate. So...
Play on words.
Yeah.
Play on words.
It's interesting. It's really interesting. I would really suggest and recommend, and everyone who's watching this now, and everyone who's going to see this video, please do the knowledge. Go read up on this shit. Get yourself informed. I'm not a person who says go out and vote, but this might be the time to go pay attention to the fucking election. I'm just saying, this might be the time to do it. There's some wild shit going on, and there's too many times where people just aren't paying attention to politics, and shit just happens under our noses. There's no pushback. This is one of the times where that doesn't need to happen.
And before we seem too one-sided on this,
and again, I've been trying to play devil's advocate a little bit. It just irks me, man.
So we talk about rights. Let's be clear. In the Democrats that say guns kill people, no people. Who the hell is it? Was it guns don't kill people? People kill people. Not some Democrats. The Democrats think guns kill people, right?
Well, I know they're trying to. I know there's been a push from the party to.
They want more and more restrictions on
guns. Yes, that is a thing. They want
more and more restrictions on freedom of speech.
Pass gun laws. I mean, both sides do, man. I don't care what they say.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all.
At the end of the day, yeah, both sides want to take your rights away.
From the Democratic Party, it's a little bit more overt, where it's just like very clear that we want to get rid of this, this, and this, and they're just telling you straight up.
No, the Democrat Party is like, it's kind of like oh man, it's like you make a cake, or there's a cake or something right there. You take a one piece. Can I get a little piece? Can I get a little piece? Can I get a little piece? That's won't hurt you. How about I get a half of that slice? It's like you keep increasing to all of a sudden, I ain't got no fucking cake left.
Nope. And the crazy part is, like, and again, it's all wording. And this is one of the things I hate about politics. Is everything is wording. It's a lot of fear mongering. Hey, we should get rid of guns because of gun deaths and all this other shit. And it's terrible.
Look 55 people in Chicago got killed by guns.
Look at all this violence.
Right?
And it's
really?
like, if you live in those areas, you know, like 55.
Right.
The number's much higher than that. What are you talking about? We got like 5 minutes. And like, no, bro. Like, violence is much worse, and honestly, has less to do with people having access to guns than
I was just about to touch on that.
Than people having, you know, lack of education, lack of opportunities, fucking police presence. Not, you know,
these gun companies are putting guns in your kids' hands. What? If I'm a gun company, I'm like, oh, I'm suing somebody tonight.
And the thing I always mention to people when they talk about that stuff, when they, like, I see like foreigners talk about our country and they say, oh, this now you guys should get rid of guns and why are you fighting so hard to keep them? It's like, you do realize if we had laws that got passed to abolish guns for the common citizen, most of these violent crimes with guns are done with illegally obtained firearms. So what's to stop that from happening? I tell somebody when I see them on socials and they bitch about it, it's like, motherfucker, if this was like 15 years ago, I could have a gun without a fucking serial number on it in a couple of fucking days. Make a fucking phone call. I can't do that shit now,
man.
But back in the day, it'd be easy.
You probably can.
Well, I probably could. But I'm just saying, you know, how many times have we been in the conversation and someone's like, oh, you need a piece?
Man.
I can get you one, bro. Like that. No problem. And look.
I got offered one that wasn't even talking about no gun.
Bro, you know, I got one too. Like, nigga, you need a gun? You need a pistol? Like, nigga, I got one, bro. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I got guns. I don't need something that the serial number shade off. But it's just like, and I'm not no fucking thug. I say it all the time. I'm a little square ass niggas.
Yeah, the dreads and the beard.
Hey, bro. Don't matter. I'm a square ass nigga, bro. I don't get down like that.
It's the beginnings of the uniform.
But true. There is a stereotype, but I know how easy it is for me to get access to those things. Now imagine somebody that's deep into that fucking lifestyle. How easy it is for them to get something like that. Fuck out of here, man. Those gun laws aren't gonna stop shit. It'll probably make things worse.
Oh yeah.
That's what I try to tell you.
There'll be innocent people without guns. But most gun violence is criminal. I mean, I don't say criminal, but you know, people who have guns already
have them. And most of the time it's illegal. Now these big shootings that they always bring up and it's like, oh, this person had access to guns, and it's like, all right, what was their mental health like? Is this a person that should have been around firearms? Did they actually acquire them themselves? Or did they get them from somebody? You usually hear that. Oh, I got it from somebody. It's like, oh, well, they had this and this and this. Guns are easy to modify, man. It's like, bro, you can shave a firing pin down on a semi-automatic rifle, and man, that motherfucker shoot real goddamn fast when you pull that trigger, bro. You can buy the parts to convert a fucking rifle.
You sure can.
That can be automatic to fully automatic, and get them shipped to your home. Mm-hmm. It's not very hard.
Don't do too many of them though. You end up in fucking federal prison.
Yes, but it's not hard to get those parts.
Manufacturing the guns in here, and I built one gun. Get down on the fucking ground.
It's not hard to get those parts.
Why are you so fucking vulgar?
We got less than a minute. We got less than a minute on the record.
Could you imagine asking the police why they're so fucking vulgar with you?
But let's close out on
yeah, man. It's your boy Dez, Karmicdez 85. We're gonna be out. You're gonna outro yourself.
It is Zevious86. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, X, Threads, Facebook, search hashtag the Retro Gaming Dojo.
And look for the return of Hook.
In the far future.
Not too far, because we got like time travel machines. I need to get on Forge's ass, because Bishop, he need to get back to his time.
I can't wait for season 2. That shit's gonna be fun.
Oh, man. Speaking of, we're almost through season 2 of this. And we out.
Later.
On Spotify.
Okay, so we're
what time is it?
We're still live on, it's almost 12. 6
12.
minutes to midnight.
It's
almost the 4th.
Take it to the midnight then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Shit, bet.
But yeah, man, this shit is just, it's spooky season, bro. It's spooky season.
What the fuck is that damn shit called?
What?
2020?
Project 2025.
Man, ooh boy. Short-term memory.
But I did share the BBC article on the Facebook page. So if you are subscribed to the Want to Talk About It Facebook page, you'll see that there. I think you might have shared the other post I made about it that I shared in the group and on my page. The initial, the Wikipedia.
Yeah, sure.
Thing. So that's there as well. That shit is crazy.
It's a lot of stuff. Literally every video I watch on YouTube, I post in the group so y'all can watch too. Because sometimes I run into some good shit.
Yeah. I usually like to look at stuff around Black culture personally, but that just came across my feed because I've been on Threads a lot recently, and I have a good algorithm on there, bro. I get a lot of good shit from people. And it's all randoms. I almost never see anybody with a check mark. So it's like no celebrities or confirmed profiles, nothing like that. So it's just regular niggas sharing shit.
I think you about to take the crown for content, podcast interviews on the fucking in the group though, because them FD signifier videos.
That nigga is the guy, bro.
Man, I thought I was putting some long ass videos in there. I did one line and got done, put it to the next line, and almost got done with that motherfucker. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker still talking? I had zoned out for a second.
Yeah. I'm about to start sharing some Lil Bill too. He's got some good stuff.
Lil Bill from Nickelodeon?
No, it's another dread tuber, and his profile is called Lil Bill. There's a whole group of these cats that I listen to that I've seen. Consciously is another cat.
You know any liberal podcasts or I guess blue pill podcasts? I don't know what the fuck they call it. I guess the algorithm does not, the YouTube algorithm does not like to give you, if you watch one thing, your whole algorithm changes now.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
That's how it is. That's why I've been getting all this stuff now. Like I started watching FD's content, and now I got all these other creators he fucks with. I've been seeing their stuff.
How you do that? Because if I watch FD signifier, it's gonna give me nothing but FD signifier.
I got a bunch of just different stuff that I like. I don't sub to a ton of channels. First of all, so like any of the stuff I see is from my homepage. It's like new shit. So like I had read in the FD because I had been watching a lot of Manosphere stuff, a lot of red pill manifest shit, and I saw a video of him talking about it, and he was basically denouncing it and talking about how it preys on younger men, and he was talking about his work with young boys when as a social worker, and he was talking about the dangers of these content creators for these younger, impressionable men who may have, come from broken homes or have mental issues or whatever.
Right.
And how it empowers them and gives them kind of a warped fucking mindset of thinking. And he was kind of denouncing that. And then I started seeing more content creators kind of talking down on that kind of shit. And of course, a lot of it is fucking stupid. When you start break shit down, like a lot of these guys are just like, bro. Like, I get it, man. You hate women, bro. But all this fucking super macho shit, and then of course, the internet never fails. Something comes out about one of these jackasses, and it's just like, bro, that's not what you've been telling us you've been doing. it's like, this sounds like some lame shit over here. You know, this is not the image you put out. Always happens. Always fucking happens. Or they just have real fucking fuckboy ass energy, man. And it's just like, nah, you can't fuck with these dudes, bro. And then I just started seeing a bunch of his videos. And I was like, oh, he's talking about a lot of shit I'm interested in, especially the cultural stuff. That's big for me because I've been really fucking just pro-black culture recently. A lot of stuff I've been watching and just paying attention to. Because there's just a real, like, I've been noticing now, once I've been seeing all this content, there's a real concerted attack on black culture right now. Currently. And it's all little microaggressions here and there. Little stuff.
I think the main thing is the black family.
Oh, yeah. That's the big one. That's the big one that's constant.
Regardless of, and I'm not even saying that like in man, woman only. I'm talking about just the black family yes. In general.
Yeah. There is a lot of black and black man and black woman division. It's constant. I see it all the time on fucking socials. I see a lot of people that are like, yo, let's just stop talking about this shit and be better on both sides. Like, there's a lot of people that are now like coming out and saying that more, which I love to see. You got this Kendrick Lamar thing and how people are just
chose sides on that.
And I'm not even talking about the beef. You know, now people are attacking him for the concert and how that was like this black cultural moment, and now people are upset that there was nothing but black artists on stage and this and that, and you know, why is he doing this on Juneteenth? And it's just like, it's a black holiday. What? Then I seen a thing shortly after that. I seen a thing where Fat Joe and KRS-One are talking about how Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans are responsible, at least half responsible for the foundation of hip hop culture, and it's like, no. I'm not from New York, but I know they were around, yes, but y'all didn't found this. This was founded in black neighborhoods. What the fuck? Why are we trying to rewrite this?
Well, who founded it?
Poor blacks in fucking neighborhoods, bro. In New York.
Well,
the culture.
I mean, the origin really could be debated.
The origins come from funk and soul music.
That's no
people. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It could be debated.
The
roots I heard come from Africa.
I mean, that's like super technical shit, man. Like, oh, this and that, and this and that. Like, no. I'm talking about what became essentially rap and the dancing and all that other shit is rooted in 60s and 70s R&B, soul music, and funk and shit like that. And people dancing to that music, and then people sampling that stuff and DJing with breakbeats and all that other shit.
One of the first hip hop DJs was from Jamaica, wasn't it?
Herc's one of the first. Herc is, I believe he's Jamaican, and people always bring that up. And people who have been against that point have been like, yes, he's Jamaican, but he wasn't acting like he was Jamaican. He's acting like a black person from America, because that's the culture he was following. But a lot of people that were there,
that's the culture he helped create.
Yeah, there are a lot of people have spoken out in support of not the whole Jamaican and Puerto Rican thing. That black people founded this.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
That were there at the foundation and were early.
But they all say they were there.
No. It's not. This is proof. These are guys that actually were there when things were starting, coming out and speaking out. I'm like, no, this absolutely was black starting this. It was only a few of us that were Puerto Rican that were around. Yeah. Because Puerto Ricans didn't fuck with blacks like that. Jamaicans didn't fuck with blacks like that back then in the fucking late 70s and early 80s. That absolutely was a thing.
Okay, when they said there are some Puerto Ricans around, I thought they were saying like there were none at all. Like,
no, there's some around.
That's incorrect, because some of the most popular
no,
B-boy dances were fucking Puerto Rican.
Yes, and that's a lot of people from those groups and stuff are coming in and saying, "Oh yeah, we started this." And it's like, no, you got this from the brothers, man. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. Like, that's just a fact, bro. It's like, we're not saying you guys went around. We're not saying you guys didn't help. You didn't start this. That's all we're saying. Stop trying to take credit for that.
Makes sense.
That's it. That's all people on this side are saying. Like, hey, bro, we appreciate your contributions. You're there early. You joined in, even though your people didn't care for it. You joined in, joined hands with us, welcomed you in. You helped expand this. Thank you. We love you for that. But what we're not going to do, you're not going to walk in here and be like, oh, yeah, we did all this shit. Whoa, fam. No.
Brown and J.R. Smith. Just chill.
No, that didn't happen, man. Stop. Full stop right there. That's not a thing. And so that's been a thing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then, like, I'm seeing stuff in the blurred community, of course. People attacking black cosplayers, cosplaying characters, which is so goofy to me. Oh, that character's not black. They're not fucking white either. They're not Hispanic.
Let's be comically accurate. You need eggshell white.
Unless they say so in the series, which, if it's from a Japanese show, generally we don't have foreigners.
I said the wrong color of white. What's the darker version of white? It'd be like what? Mayonnaise white?
I forgot the name that people say when they talk about someone that's really white.
Peach white.
It's just so goofy to me, man. That's been a thing. Of course, I talked about the Meg Thee Stallion thing earlier. That goes into it. So yeah, there's just a lot of little stuff here and there.
What if it's just bots?
I don't think it is, man.
Trolling like that.
I just think
they just pop everything off.
I honestly think social media is just giving too many people a voice, and so everyone feels like they have to say something to somebody, and people just take offense with stuff. There's a lot of gatekeeping in certain communities. People feel like they're being, I don't want to say disenfranchised, but like saying like the whole like cosplay and anime community, right? You have a lot of people who were feel like they're this thing that they loved and they were involved in. They're now being attacked because, hey, all these other people who also like this thing are now coming in, and hey, they might be a little bit cooler than you. Might have a little bit more swag than you.
Xenophobia.
Now I'm not as cool.
That's xenophobia.
Amongst my peers, because hey, man, look at that brother, bro. He's dressed as fucking Alucard from Hellsing. Damn, he looks fly as shit in that costume. I'm not as fly as he is, so I have a nice costume too. Just not as cool as that I got over there.
Get your accessory game up.
Gotta attack him.
Well, this is college, man.
It's crazy, bro. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and call it, man. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
You beat me tonight, shit.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for joining. We will be live again probably Friday or Saturday.
Later, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Catch you next time.